Welcome to my video class on genetic code. Genetic code, it is a genetic chemical language. Dear students, there are so many languages in the world. Each language is a group of many words. Each word has its own meaning. So in addition to these languages, there is a one unique chemical language present in organisms. So this language is present only in organisms, but it is not used by the human beings. So this unique specific language is genetic code. So genetic code is the group of codons. Each codon has its own specific meaning. Each codon specifies a particular amino acid. As each word in a language has its own specific meaning, here also it is also having the specific meaning of the amino acid. So this is the genetic code which takes place key role in the synthesis of the proteins. So proteins are two types. Some are structural proteins which are involving the formation of the organisms, and second one is functional proteins which act as enzymes or hormones, so like that. So the major role in the human beings or in any other organism is taking place by proteins. So these proteins are formed with the genetic code language. So due to this genetic code is only the type of the proteins are decided, and due to the type of proteins only the structure is designed, and the functioning of the particular organism is based on the functional proteins, and these functional proteins also formed with the help of genetic codes. So structure of organisms, function of the organisms is based on the genetic codes. So now let us discuss about the genetic code in detail. First let us discuss the introduction and brief history of the genetic code. So what is genetic code? The genetic chemical language which has the meaning of specification of amino acids in the synthesis of proteins is known as genetic code. This is a genetic language. It means with this genetic code only the structure of the organism is designed and the function of the organism is designed. So it is a genetic level of language, and this language is the union of the nitrogen bases or nucleotides. So nucleotides means chemical compounds. So this is the genetic chemical language. And what is its function? Each codon has a specific meaning of amino acid. Each codon specifies a particular amino acid which involve in the synthesis of the proteins. So the type of proteins is based on the presence of amino acids and its sequence. For example, if the sequence of amino acids, 5 amino acid sequence is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it is one type of protein. And if the sequence is 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, it is another type of protein. And the sequence is 3, 2, 1, 4, 5. It is also another type of protein. And if the sequence is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it is another type of protein. So the type of protein is based on the presence of amino acids and its sequence. So the genetic code means the genetic chemical language which has the meaning of specification of amino acids in the synthesis of the proteins. These amino acids involved in the synthesis of the proteins. So now let us have the brief history of this genetic code. Crick, Brenner, Barnett demonstrated that codons consist of 3 nitrogen bases. So they did many experiments. After the experiments, they concluded that each codon has 3 nitrogen bases. Later, Nirenberg revealed that poly-U, that means uracil and uracil, 3 U specifies phenylalanine. And most of the codons are identified by H.G. Khorana, Hargobind Khorana. And in the genetic code, the 3 codons are stop codons, which stops the protein synthesis, and one is the initiation codon which starts the protein synthesis. So one codon starts the protein synthesis, 3 codons stops the protein synthesis. So the stop codons are identified by Richard Epstein and Charles Steinberg. So this genetic code has specific properties. So now let us know the properties of genetic code. They are triplet code, code is degenerative, code is non-overlapping, code is commaless, code is collinear, code is non-ambiguous, code is universal, initiation codons, nonsense codons, Ubel hypothesis. So these are the properties of genetic code. According to these properties, the genetic code acts. Now let us discuss the properties of genetic code by taking one by one in detail. So first property is the triplet code. So first scientists thought that if there is only one nitrogen base in codon, there 4 codons are formed. See, in DNA, it is the union of the nucleotides. In nucleotides means nitrogen base, phosphate and sugar molecule. So in all the nucleotides, there is difference of only nitrogen base. Sugar and phosphate molecules are same in all nucleotides. So with the change of nitrogen base, the nucleotide type is formed. So there are 4 types of nucleotides are formed. One is with adenine, and another one with guanine, and another one with cytosine, and 4th one with thymine. So scientists first thought that if the genetic code is formed, it means if one codon is formed with one nitrogen base, there is possibility for the formation of 4 codons. But scientists came to know that there 20 amino acids are involving in the protein synthesis. When 20 amino acids are involving in protein synthesis, 4 codons are not enough to specify these amino acids. So if each one specifies each amino acid, then still 16 amino acids are remained as unspecified. And later they thought that if each codon is formed with two nitrogen bases, then here 16 codons are formed. See, 16 codons are formed. If one codon is formed with two nitrogen bases, then totally with the arrangement of four nitrogen bases in different ways, then here 16 codons are formed. Here also 20 amino acids are there to be specified, but only 16 codons. So still 4 amino acids are there as unspecified. So scientists thought that it is also not applicable as genetic code. And later scientists, they thought that each codon is formed with the 3 nitrogen bases, and they also found in the experiments which they did in the laboratories that each codon has 3 nitrogen bases. So if each codon is with 3 nitrogen bases, with 4 nitrogen bases, with the arrangement of 4 nitrogen bases in the manner of 3 in each codon in different manner, then 64 codons are formed. Here 64 codons are forming. It means here see A, and here A is there and A is substituted by G, and here C, and here T. So like that, and again here A is substituted by G, like that. So only 4 nitrogen bases, but they are arranged in different manner, so that here 64 codons are formed. For example, BUT but, this is one meaning, and TUB tub, only these 3 letters are arranged in different manner, so another word is formed. So in the same manner, only 4 nitrogen bases are involving, but with the 3 nitrogen bases, with the arrangement of 3 nitrogen bases in different ways, then here 64 codons are formed. So 64 codons are involving in protein synthesis. Now scientists confirmed that with their experiments that each codon has 3 nitrogen bases and totally 64 codons are involving in protein synthesis. In these 64 codons, one codon is initiation codon which starts the protein synthesis, and 3 are stop codons which stops the protein synthesis. So finally it is came to know that in genetic code each codon has 3 nitrogen bases, so that the code is called as triplet code. So now code is in the form of 3 nitrogen bases, so it is called triplet code. So with the arrangement of these only 4 nitrogen bases, see here 64 codons are there. So this we can make 64 codons in easy way. So like that, here you write UCAG, and in that row, in this row you write UCAG. So next in the last row you write in each row UCAG, 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 like this. So by taking and one nitrogen base of this one and this one, UU, and in the third nitrogen bases you write the UCAG. So then four nitrogen bases are forming with this combination. And next with this C nitrogen base and U nitrogen base, Cu like this are formed. And at each one UCAG can be arranged. So with this combination, four type of these codons are formed. So like this 64 codons are forming, and here these are the amino acids, these are the codons, these are the amino acids, the amino acids which are specified by this particular codon. So this poly U specifies phenylalanine, and UUC also specifies phenylalanine, UUA specifies leucine amino acid, and UCU specifies serine, UCC specifies serine. So this is the list of 64 codons and its specifications. So what it can specify and which amino acid it can specify, and this is the stop. UGA is the stop codon, UAA stop codon, UAG stop codon, and AUG is the start codon. It specifies methionine. So this is the full genetic code. This is the full genetic code with this 64 codons, and this is the second row, that is the specification of each codon, which amino acid it specifies. So second property is the code is degenerative. It means one codon specifies only one amino acid. One codon specifies only one amino acid, but one amino acid is coded by more than one codon. So try to understand. One codon specifies always only one particular amino acid. See, UUU specifies phenylalanine. Always it specifies phenylalanine. UUC, it also always specifies phenylalanine. UUA, it also specifies particular amino acid leucine, and UUG specifies leucine. So it never specifies any other amino acid. So these are the amino acids which are specified by these codons, but these codons never specifies other than these amino acids. See, but one amino acid can be coded by more than one codon. See, this phenylalanine amino acid, this phenylalanine is coded by two codons. These are the two codons. And the valine amino acid is coded by four codons. This is the four codons: valine, GUU, GUC, GUA, GUG. And proline, see here is a proline. So this proline is coded by, the same proline is coded by four codons. These are the four codons. And serine amino acid is, this serine amino acid is coded by this two codons here, two codons, and here serine is coded by four codons. So totally it is coded by 6 codons. And arginine here coded by 4 codons, arginine, and here arginine coded by 2 codons. So totally this amino acid is coded by 6 codons. This is the code is degenerative. It means one codon always specifies only one particular amino acid. But one amino acid is coded by more than one codon. That is the code is degenerative. And code is non-overlapping. So here in the DNA or in the RNA in polynucleotide chain, the nitrogen bases are arranged in a sequence manner like this: C, A, T, G, A, T, C. So just now we discussed that each codon is formed by 3 nitrogen bases. So these 3 nitrogen bases include in one codon, and these 3 GAT, these 3 nitrogen bases involved in another codon. But when CAT is one codon, the T of this codon cannot involve in the formation of another codon as TGA. It means the nitrogen base which involves in one codon cannot involve in the formation of another codon. So CAT is one codon, GAT is another codon. But here the nitrogen base which is involved in the formation of one codon is not involving in the formation of another codon. It means one codon is not overlapping on another codon. If the codon, if one nitrogen base of one codon involves in the formation of another codon, then it is overlapping. But here it is not like that. See, here CAT is one codon, but TGA is not codon. So T is not involved in the formation of this codon. In the same manner, here A again is not involving the formation of another codon because A is already in one codon. So here it is showed that single nitrogen base of one codon is not involving in the formation of another codon. And here even 2 nitrogen bases also, 2 nitrogen bases of one codon not involving in the formation of the another codon. So CAT is one codon, but ATEG is not codon. AT is not codon, and also TGA is not codon, and GAT is not codon. So how these are codons? CAT is one codon, GAT is another codon. So by this we can understand that the nitrogen base of one codon cannot involve in the formation of another neighbor codon. So if it is so, it is overlapping, but it is not like that, so it is not overlapping. So each nitrogen base has its own codon. So code is commaless. So see, this is one polynucleotide chain. These are the nitrogen bases. So with the 3 nitrogen bases, one codon is forming. This one codon, CG another codon, TGC another codon, ACC another codon, TAC another codon. But to show specifically the codons, here the gap is showed. If it is written without the gap, here we can't understand and we can't see the particularly the codons. So here gap is given, but such type of gap is not there. And in this is AGC one codon, CJ is another codon, in between there is no single nitrogen base or two nitrogen bases without involving in the codon. So every nitrogen base in the DNA sequence is involved in the formation of the codon, but there is no any nitrogen base left in the formation of the codon. So there is no any gaps. So in that sequence, each three nitrogen bases are involved in the formation of codons, but no any gaps. But here I have given gaps just to understand and just to know that with the three here codon is formed. So code is commaless, it is continuity is there. Code is collinear. So in the protein synthesis, from DNA, mRNA is formed. The process is transcription. So DNA is present in the nucleus. The genetic material present in DNA is transferred to mRNA, and after its formation, the mRNA enters into the cytoplasm and involves in the formation of polyribosomes, and based on the genetic material present on mRNA, the amino acids are assembled and polypeptide chain is formed. It means based on the genetic material present on DNA, mRNA is formed. So there is a relation between this DNA and mRNA. According to the genetic information present on DNA, the mRNA is formed with the same genetic information but with complementary nitrogen bases. So for A, the complementary nitrogen base is T in DNA, but it is RNA, so it is uracil, and G, C, and for C, G. So with the complementary nitrogen bases, mRNA is formed. And this UCG specifies serine, GCA specifies alanine, UGC specifies cysteine, GCU specifies again alanine, GGC specifies glycine, and AAC specifies here asparagine. So there is a connection among these three chains. So based on the genetic information present on the DNA, mRNA is formed. Based on the genetic information present on mRNA, here the amino acids are assembled. So there is a relationship between these three chains. So that is the code is collinear. Code is non-ambiguous. It means a particular codon specifies a particular amino acid. There is no any ambiguity. Always it specifies a particular amino acids. There is no doubt. For example, UUU, this always identifies phenylalanine, always specifies phenylalanine, and the CUU always specifies leucine. There is no any doubt. And here AUG, GUG are initiation codons. Generally AUG initiation codon. In sometimes G is also initiation codon. When GUG is initiation codon, then it specifies methionine. When it is in the center, it specifies valine. So there is no ambiguity. Always it has its specificity. Code is universal. It means same type of genetic code is present in all organisms, from microorganisms to all big organisms, and in all plants and also in all animals. There is no any variation. So this genetic code has the same meaning in all organisms. So this is the code is universal. It means same type of initiation codons are involving in all the organisms. Same type of stop codons are involving in all organisms. And for example, UUU specifies phenylalanine. It specifies phenylalanine in all organisms. There is no any variation from one organism to another organism. Initiation codon. Initiation codon means the codon which starts the protein synthesis, by which protein synthesis is started. That is the initiation codon. Generally, AUG is initiation codon, and sometimes GUG also initiation codon. This AUG codon specifies methionine. In human beings, sometimes AUU is alternate initiation codon. So nonsense codons. So in the 64 codons, one codon is initiation codon, 3 codons are stop codons. It means they don't have any meaning. They don't specify any amino acid. So they don't have the knowledge of specification of amino acid. So these stop codons are called nonsense codons since they are not specifying any amino acid. So these nonsense codons are UAA, UAG, UGA. So in these three, UGA is called opal, UAA is called ochre, UGA is called amber. So this each nonsense codon has specific name. So whenever and wherever these nonsense codons are present, then the protein synthesis is stopped since no amino acid is reaching to the polyribosomes where protein synthesis is taking place. So when these are present, the protein synthesis is stopped, so these are called nonsense codons. Ubbel hypothesis. This is proposed by Crick. According to this Ubbel hypothesis, in genetic code, here in each codon 3 bases are there, but in the codon only the first 2 bases have the importance, but the last one is not having any importance. It means here only the first 2 nitrogen bases are involving in the specification of amino acid, but the third one is not involving in the specification of the amino acid. So irrespective of the third nitrogen base, based on the first 2 nitrogen bases, they are specifying the amino acid. For example, anticodon, in tRNA anticodon is there, which recognize the codons of mRNA. Take one IgA, I means inosine and guanine, adenosine. This can recognize codons of mRNA UCU, UCC, UCA. See, first 2 nitrogen bases are same. Third nitrogen base is changing. Though third nitrogen base is changing, here the amino acid which they specify is not changing. See, UCU specifies serine, UCC specifies serine, and UC also specifies serine. So first 2 are same, but though the third base is changing and its property is not changing. So the specification is based on first two nitrogen bases only, and the third nitrogen base is immaterial. So due to this property, here only few tRNAs are enough to identify the codons. Here you see only one tRNA with this IgA anticodon enough for the identification of these three codons which specify the same amino acid. Due to this oval hypothesis only it is possible, because this anticodon specifying these three different codons only based on the first two nitrogen bases but not on third nitrogen base. So here only one tRNA is enough for this, for coding these three, for decoding these three codons. So due to oval hypothesis, less number of tRNAs involved in the protein synthesis. In the same manner, see GCU, GCC, GCA, these three specify alanine. Here also see first two nitrogen bases are same. The third one is different, though third one is changing and its specification is not changing. They are specifying only alanine. So this anticodon, it means the tRNA with this IgC anticodon specifies these three codons. So if not this oval hypothesis, for each codon there should be one tRNA. But due to the oval hypothesis, only one tRNA enough to recognize these three codons which specify the same amino acid. So this is the oval hypothesis. So in this video lesson we discussed the different properties of the genetic code and the full structure of the genetic code. I think you understood well. So thank you. Best of luck.